Welcome to Heavenly Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these golf themed cupcake decorations. To make the flags for a golf theme, I'm going to use yellow to make the flags. So I'm going to roll my yellow out. And then I'm going to cut out triangles or what looks like a V. And you want the end that's the flat end to be bigger than you would think you would need it to be, because you're going to be wrapping it around the stick. So you just cut out triangles. I'm going to do 3. I have yellow, and I have my 3 bamboo skewers that I have cut, and I'm going to just put a little bit of water on the end of the flag. Then I'm going to take it and wrap it around the stick. So you just kind of roll it onto the stick until it's flush with itself. So just like that. And then you just kind of play with the shape until you get it the way you want it. Set that down. Do the same to these two. You just wrap it around the stick. Then I just kind of use the top. There's a little bit of extra to kind of make it so that you don't see the top of the stick. And then down at the bottom you can just kind of play with it till you get it to look the way you want. Then you're going to want to lay these out to not dry, but they'll get a little bit harder so that they'll keep their rigid form of the flag. Fondant never gets hard, like gum paste gets really hard, but fondant will actually get a little bit rigid so that you can actually have it keep its form. So then there's your flags, and if you want to write on them the name of a hole, I mean each hole has a number. So let's say on this one we want to call this the number 1 hole. Just draw a number 1 on there. And let's make this number 3. We're using the Food Writer pen by Wilton. Edible pen. Since we're doing odd numbers, let's do number 5. So there you go. There's a flag for you to put on a cupcake for a golf theme. Then you can make an accompanying white golf ball simply by taking some white fondant, rolling it into a ball. Nothing fancy, just a ball. And then on the cupcake, you'll frost it to look like grass. You'll stick one of these balls right next to one of these flags. To make the golf tees, I'm going to use yellow. And you take some fondant and you're going to roll it out. You want one end to stay skinny and the other end to get larger. Not quite that skinny. And then what we're going to do is cut it off on both ends. And then we're going to actually kind of scrunch it down on the end that we want to be fatter, and push it with your finger, and you're wanting to create a little bit of a cup. If you've ever seen a golf tee, they have a little bit of a cup feature to them. So we're just creating that here. You just keep going around until you get it the way you want it. And then you have a golf tee. And you'll want to let this dry, and it'll become hard enough that you can actually stick it in the cake and it will stand upright. or cupcakes and it will stand upright. So that's how you make a golf tee. You can make them out any color you want. And then I pair it up with a golf ball, so the golf ball will sit right next to it. To make the bigger golf balls, you're going to use a bigger chunk of fondant. You're going to roll it into a ball. But we're not going to leave it as a ball. What we're going to do is we're going to try and actually get it to look like a golf ball. The only thing I have that creates a bit of the kind of holes is actually this ice cube maker that I bought, I think at Walmart a long time ago. And on the bottom, it has a little bit of raised knobs on it. And if you take this white fondant and push it on there, it gives you the look of a golf ball. So what I do is actually push it on and I'm creating a fake golf ball. So it's not perfectly round, it's actually got a bit of a hole dent in the middle underneath, but no one will see that because I'll set it on the cupcake just like this. So that's how you'd make the bigger golf balls that I have on the cupcakes. To make the putting greens, you're going to need multiple colors. So we have some white, some kind of gray color, a yellow, and a green. And we're going to start out with the green. And we're going to roll out our actual green of like the putting green. So we'll roll this out and then we'll cut out the shape that we want. You can make it whatever shape you want. I'm gonna make mine kind of like the shape of an 8, maybe you could say. Have it be rounder on one end and less on the top. So we'll just cut one out here and see what we think. I'm just freehanding this. I don't have a cutter or anything. So we'll cut a couple of them out. And they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. They can be any shape you want. So there you have your putting greens. And then to add the hole where the actual ball would go in, we're going to use a little bit of our gray. And I do mean a little bit. And we're going to create a ball with those. And then you need to pick an end where your ball is going to technically go into the hole. I think I'm even going to divide this again. So make a little ball. And then find an end and push it, and it's just to create the look of where the ball would actually go into the hole. So just like that. So that's where the hole would be. And then to create the look of the flag, we're going to take some yellow. I'm going to roll it out. And then we're going to cut a little triangle out of it. So we'll cut and you want the back end of the triangle to be bigger than you think you'll need it to be, because you're going to wrap it around the stick. So there's our triangles. And then I'm just using a bamboo skewer that I have cut into multiple sizes, and I'm just going to take a little bit of water and kind of rub it around the top right along this edge. Then you're going to take this, wrap it around, So the flag is not entirely edible, but that's okay. Everything else is. So then you have your flag, and once this is on your cupcake, what you'll do is you'll stick the flag through the putting green into the frosting of the cupcake, and it will kind of hold the whole thing on there. So for now, we're just going to set this aside. We're going to do the same thing to this triangle here, making it into a flag. And you can make the flags any color you want. I just decided to go with yellow for this time. And then you can let these sit for a while, and the fondant will kind of harden so that it will stay in the shape of a flag. And then for your golf ball, get some white fondant and simply make a ball with it, a round ball. And then you'll just set it on the opposite end of where the hole would be. Just like that. And there you have your putting green. That's how you'd make the putting green for your golf cupcakes. Oops. And if you want to add a little bit of your paste down here, that'll help keep the ball from rolling off. And there you go. That's how you'd make the putting greens for golf themed cupcakes. To make the golf club, I'm going to use the gray fondant that I've colored. And I'm going to take some of it and I'm going to roll it out between my hands, trying to make it pretty thin, or a pretty nice long kind of ribbon thing. You don't want it real big. Keep rolling it out till you get it the size you want it. So I think that's about the size I want it. I'm going to cut it off at one end, and it's not going to stay this long, but what I'm going to do is at one end here, I'm going to create the actual head of the golf club. So I'm going to form the part you would actually hit the ball with. So you just kind of flatten it out, create the look of a golf club. So basically like that. And I'm just going to take a knife and just put a few lines on it. Give it the look of the golf club. This is a little long, so I'm going to cut it off there. And then what I'm going to do is take my black marker and I'm just going to color this one end where there would normally be a handle. I'm just going to create a little bit of black on it. So you just color it. However much or however little you want. Making it look kind of real. And there you go, there's a golf club. It's nothing real fancy, but the idea is there that it's a golf club. And you could set a golf ball next to it if you wanted to. And there you go. That's how you make the golf club. Hope this video has been helpful to you. Hope you've enjoyed learning how to make all these different things. There's lots of things you can make for a golf theme, and these go really fun on cupcakes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can see more videos that I make. And as always, have fun making these.